Welcome to the Isle Chat podcast with me, Beth,
Josh
and Ryan.
This podcast is all about exploring the big questions, the small moments and everything in between.
Whether you're stuck at the shops, in traffic or just looking for some inspiration, our chat is here to keep you engaged.
It's time to talk, connect and find meaning in those everyday moments.
Welcome to the Isle Chat.
On Sunday, we had a wedding fair. And we wasn't just...
Wait, where was the wedding fair?
Formby Hall.
Shout out Formby Hall.
Shout out Formby Hall.
I'm big
Shout
on
out
these
Gav as well, because Gav was the...
I'm big on these shout outs this week.
Well, Beth and...
Got ads off last time.
Last week. Beth, and if you haven't listened to... well, it's not even out yet, is it? Well, it will be when this is out.
It will be, yeah.
Yeah. Go and listen to the Beth episode if you haven't listened to it. But stay on this one for now. Formby Hall. Gav, the friendly photographer. He got us in there, which is great.
Nice of him.
But we wasn't just... Why am I doing this? We wasn't just presenting ourselves as Memory Box Films. We also had a model in the mix.
Oh, right.
I got my debut catwalk moment.
Try and dress us on.
Wedding dresses.
Wedding dresses.
What was that
So
like?
I got asked by This Is Me Bridal.
Shout out, This Is Me Bridal.
Yeah. And she basically said to me a few weeks ago, oh, I really need a model. Would you mind doing it? So I was like, yeah, thinking... Oh, they'll find
No big
someone.
deal.
They'll find someone in the meantime. They won't need me. So then on the day, she was like, right, come and try some dresses on. So I just thought, one dress, 6 dresses I had to try on. And obviously catwalk. But it was eventful. So I'll let Josh tell you his view and then I'll give you...
Well, I seen the little video that you sent to show, like, here's Beth. First time in a wedding dress. Don't know, it might be the last time because you're not speeding it up anytime soon, are you? Getting any rings out. But apart from that, I don't know. So what happened?
Basically, before she went in, and obviously went behind the curtain and left me there, she was saying to me she was pretty much nervous and, you know...
I felt sick. I literally was like, I don't know how to do it. I feel sick. You feel like even now talking about
it's making me
it's
feel like
bringing back
sweaty
those
hands.
feelings.
Inside
I was
out.
like, I felt so sick. It was horrible.
Yeah, so basically she was just nervous, went in, left me there. I'm stood there thinking, oh my God, what can go wrong and what can go right? So I thought if she used to do dance when she was younger and cheerleading, and if she puts that like front on, she'd be fine. But obviously, you know, it's different circumstances. It's catwalk. So I'm thinking in between us, you know, something can slip out. Not obviously a bleeper ball sack, but something can slip out. And then also...
Excuse me, that one would slip out to me.
Well, you never know. This is me.
2024, girl.
And then also I'm like stood there like the bloody mum off Mean Girls with my camera ready to film her. Like, you can do it, sweetie. And obviously she comes out and she absolutely smashed it. Like, you've seen the video.
Oh, is that video?
However, so obviously Josh sent you a little 10-second snippet of the final dress. So when I wore the final dress, I'd finally figured out how to walk in them because these dresses were so long and obviously there's that many different layers to them that I couldn't find my feet. So she said you could lift it up, walk, and then when you had to pose you could drop the dress and pose, but every time I went to pick the dress back up I'd miss a layer or I couldn't find my feet and I was getting all tangled.
I thought you looked a little bit too good for your first go.
No, wait till
gets
you're
heavy,
there
you know.
because I've saved this to tell you so I want your reaction.
Oh.
So the first one I went out in bare feet because I was like, I just feel it was on like a dance floor so it was quite slippy, so I was like, I'll just go out in bare feet because obviously I was tripping up over the dress pretty much. I was like, maybe I should put like my boots on, but all I had was black pointy boots, so it was like pure witch's boots underneath this bridal dress.
Hocus pocus vibes.
But I thought, you know what, that little bit of extra height might help me out. So obviously run back around, get the next dress and think, I'll just throw my boots on. What I didn't take into account
it was at this moment
is how slippy my boots would be on the floor.
Stop it.
So as I'm walking up and down the catwalk in front of all these people, I literally went flying on the floor, all caught on video, by the way.
Where's this video?
So we kept it because we didn't want to show you it. We wanted to tell you in this
I told
moment.
Becky the other day when we come around to yours to get the keys, and I was like, I told her and she was laughing her head off. I was like, don't tell Ryan because I want Ryan's reaction.
So what we're going to do is
podcast.
we're going to put the clip in here.
That's not about that idea, to be fair.
And show
for all
everyone.
our patrons.
Yeah.
They can
For all
get
our patrons. No, it was... For me,
But you recovered.
Well, literally, I hit the floor and I just
This
thought...
your first dress?
No.
No, it was second. And I just thought... Like, I was laughing
Show us what you did.
I know I was laughing at myself. I thought I didn't even feel embarrassed, which I was actually quite surprised at. And I just thought, you've got to just style this out, like no one knows you yet. So I literally jumped up and like done a curtsy, didn't I, with the dress, and then went because it was time to leave after that. And then obviously when I come back around, put my next dress on. As I come out, I was like that to the crowd, like honestly, I'm still here.
I didn't recognise it.
Was this the same Beth?
Honestly, I was stood there thinking, is this my girlfriend? And then, do you know what? In the same breath,
the crowd went wild. Yeah,
the crowd went wild. Especially because when she fell, everyone saw the thing, like, oh, I feel sorry for her, I feel embarrassed for her. But the fact that you got up and styled it out in that way, the roof just went off then, because everyone's like, go ahead. You know, you're not like, you're not going bright red and running off like I was. She literally stood there and was like, and what? You know, what happened? I'm real. And then when she come back on and did that whole, like, playing for the crowds, everyone went crazy again.
You were the favourite, was you?
You literally, I honestly think you've been doing it for years, and I think everyone who was watching it must have thought, bloody hell, she's been doing it for a while.
Well, you know what? I just thought it's a bit of fun. Like, there's no pressure on me doing it. It's literally just for a bit of fun. And then when I come off, and obviously the most honest feedback I would ever get would be from you. Yeah. Like, if it was rubbish, you would just say, he would just say you were rubbish. He would, and like what he said to me after that, I was like, what the hell, must have been awful, right? Like,
you said something nice to me when you sent me that little video, and you said it was nice to just see it in that type of environment. Wearing that, it was like I was a fan of my own birds. It's basically what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which was nice, really, to hear as well.
And everyone said to me the same thing. Everyone was like, "What was it like seeing Beth in a wedding dress?" Yeah, I literally said to you,
and "You're envisaging it."
Well, it wasn't even. Actually,
a little step closer to
six dresses I got to see. What's the film called? 7 Dresses. No, never mind, just me. Yeah. 6 dresses I got to see her in, and I said at the end, she said, "Oh, which one was your favourite?" Because obviously you've seen me in 6, and I said, to be honest with you, it wasn't what you were actually wearing that like was you know appealing to me. It was you, just you. So you could wear anything. I said,
kind of a bit emotionally. I don't think I've ever heard you talk like this.
I know. That's when he come off. I was like, what's the else thinking? Are you just saying this because I fell over? You're being really nice.
You'll have to do more of these shows, Beth, to be fair.
Just keep falling over and you get me like give me
after it, we went for a meal with my mum and all my family, and obviously Josh sent in the good catwalk video, so my mum was like, oh my god, I've made up. And then when we got to the meal, I was like, oh yeah, I fell over. My mum was in stitches. Yeah? Oh, send me that. I need to send it all to me mates. So I was like, are you resting?
This is going to be a viral clip, I think.
I think it is going to be a viral clip.
Honestly, you're literally on the video, because I've got my pure witch boots on, you see me foot go underneath the material. You see, like, literally, don't you? My foot go underneath the material of the dress, and I just go.
To be fair though, give it a due. She weren't the only one who slipped. There was a few others, little slips, mishaps, because it was a dance floor. It weren't meant.
And obviously the length of the dresses was so long. Like it actually put me off ever putting on it. Obviously your own wedding dress would fit.
There you go, you're nearly off the hook here.
No, but your own wedding dress would fit. But I was like, God, these are hard.
Pull them all
these
in,
are hard work.
You're wearing like somebody else's dress, really, aren't you?
A little shout out to everyone who was there as well. We seen Lynette, Gav, Tony from TK, Andy J, Keels. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Was the makeup artist who did you?
Her name was Leanne, but I think her Instagram is like Skin Sensation. Yeah, like she done my makeup as well for the catwalk. So
who else was there? I feel like I'm missing a few.
Good, there was loads. Vanilla Nova.
Yeah, cakes.
Yeah, big fan of theirs. See them on Sunday.
We will.
We'll just leave that.
Save that for next episode. Yeah. Anyone else you want to give a little shout out for?
Did you say TK?
Keels. Say Keels.
Keels. There was that many, and obviously everyone was spread across different rooms.
Yeah. You were at the Park Hotel?
I was at the Park Hotel on Sunday. My first, I think people know this story, it was my first place that kind of like allowed me into their world and allowed me to be part of like a recommended supplier
Matty
list.
Got sad music to play over this.
Yeah, I know, Matty. But whilst at Park Hotel, I got lovely glowing feedback about this podcast from Andrea, who's the, what did they call them? Coordinator at the Park Hotel. And she just said like all great things about this show, about us as individuals and stuff like that.
She's coming on?
I think she will probably come on if we asked her, yeah. But she lives right by you, so you could probably ask her over the fence or something. And I said to her, I'd give a little shout out. So basically, a little shout out.
Little shout out, nice.
But no, she was just saying like how she feels when she listens to it, whatever she is, she feels like she's in the room with us.
Nice.
Which was like the best feedback that I got from the whole thing. Like she said, she can listen to it anywhere. She can start listening to it for 5 minutes, pick it back up 2 hours later, listen to it again, and it won't disengage where she is.
Yeah.
Which was lovely feedback, and I hope other people feel the same way. So yeah, I was at the Park Hotel, spoke to lovely couples there, and hopefully Some of them will turn into actual bookings. You never know with
Please
these
book,
things.
please.
But as well as that, I think this is something that encompasses all three of us.
Go on.
And you probably won't notice it on these cameras, anyone who's watching it now. But we obviously spoke about getting a space on the last one, and now we're in said space on this one. So we will, as time moves on and it looks a little bit more aesthetic, shall we say, start showing you a bit more of like our area and stuff like that. But we are in the office.
I know. It's been a bit of a...
Whirlwind.
It has, hasn't it? It's been a bit of a like, I don't know.
Considering we only got the keys on Friday.
Big deal.
It's now what? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot has happened in those like few days.
Yeah, a lot.
And we haven't really been here all together yet, have we?
No.
Tomorrow's the first.
And this is our first podcast in its home, basically, for the foreseeable. So,
Exciting things to come.
excited to get our first guest on.
We'll keep everyone posted about like how it involves us, how the space will evolve, and we'll keep on posting on our socials and on our TikTok as well, which we'll
I was on the tip of my tongue to say TikTok as well.
We've had some influence and inside info from somebody who might be waiting to speak. So, obviously, in a new space, what better way to christen it than with another guest? And obviously this is the thing now, isn't it? Guest a week. It seems to be the going trend, and we'll continue to do that as long as we possibly can. But wrote a little intro, didn't I? But, you know, very loose. But yes, the guest this week needs no intro, in our opinion. For us, her social reach and charismatic approach is why she's amassed such a following across all of her channels. Her raw and very real personality makes her connection to her clients true and authentic, which is very similar to ourselves. But not to mention wanting to know more about all of these multiple ventures and influencer lifestyle that she seems to have. It's our friend, Lucy Conlan.
Hello, thanks so much for having me on.
What an intro.
I love this.
He smashes it every
really
time,
good,
don't you?
well done. That was really good.
Trying my best for
I
you, do
really
you know
like
what
that. I feel like me ego, my head's just going a little bit then. Thanks.
I was going to say, when you do them intros for the guests, they must be sat there thinking, what do I even say back to that?
I'm like,
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Don't steal me in. That's the only moment I'll get where I'll actually seem like I know what I'm talking about, so I'll keep on that. But yeah, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm alright. We've already had
Good.
this like initial like discussion, haven't we, about if you're alright and all that. But for the cameras and for the viewers.
Yeah, let's just redo it.
You've just transported into that chair.
Yeah, I'm just here now, I've started. But yeah, I'm good. We've just been saying then it's like halfway through the day, and I feel like I start to dip halfway through the day because I'm like a morning person. But I was like, guys, it's okay, I've just had my second coffee of the day, I've checked it for you. So I'm back on a hype again, so I'm feeling better. Good. But yeah, I'm good.
Should be floating out of a chair in a minute.
I'll be like that. Can I have another coffee?
Anymore?
Yeah,
I'm one of them,
rattling.
mate. I can only have like 1 or maybe 2 coffees a day, and then I'm rattling. So it must be the coffee I buy.
I
Or
love a coffee.
do you ever get the like the
Definitely
shakes?
one
No,
coffee.
I like yesterday morning I had a triple espresso and I was like, right, Corinna, wake up. I was
In one
like,
go?
this isn't normal. Yeah.
Oh, obviously it makes sense.
Do
On
you
a
think it's got
triple.
something to do with how hard you seem to work from what we see? How hard you work counterbalances the
Probably.
normal high that they will
Yeah.
give?
Yeah, because I need that high. Otherwise I can't do me 12-hour days. You know what I mean?
It's going on here, 12-hour days.
Like, it's not nice.
Ryan's like fasting on the other side, of the table. He's the one who goes with nothing. Like Jesus.
Yeah, I don't even like coffee.
Really?
I wish I did like coffee because I do sometimes need that like pick me up really.
Yeah.
And I can't even really drink Red Bulls anymore, which was my go-to because
Oh.
I'm trying to be a little bit more health conscious.
Yeah.
And I've started fasting a bit as well. I fasted till 1 o'clock today, by
Yeah,
the way.
fasting's really good.
But I was starving by the end of it, to be fair. So I just had everything that I could get my hands
How
on.
come you don't like a coffee?
I just don't like the taste.
He's one of them. He's like,
Yeah.
he doesn't like. He's one of them. He goes the opposite way. So if you have an iPhone, he has to go the other way. If you like
yeah.
coffee,
That
it
is
goes
my
the other way.
personality. But that's
If you say red, you're blue.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me
he's
wrong,
one of them.
that is very true. But in coffees, it's purely just taste. It's nothing to do with all the cool kids are having it, so I'm definitely not having it because I'm even
I
cooler
feel
than
like
them.
you know you taste the coffee on like what you like.
Yeah,
like I'm
and
quite
it's a
specific. Yeah.
It's a specific taste.
No, but I
isn't it?
think
Yeah.
you can lean into it because when I first started drinking coffee, it had to be a mocha because it was the chocolate
The thing,
sweetness
yeah.
that was getting me into it. And then eventually,
Is this
Like what do you like, sweet or?
a coffee podcast?
I know.
he's fuming because we're
Well,
talking
no,
about
I'm
it.
just saying, like
What is your favourite like coffee? Like not coffee as in like are you
Hot
more
drink.
sweet or like
sweet or savoury. Sweet. I'm all
Yeah,
sweet
definitely.
person.
You'd love like a
You would,
mocha,
you'd
I
like a
think.
white mocha.
White
I like the
mocha.
White
idea
mocha
of
with
it.
a shot of
Well,
hazelnut.
as I say, I wish I did like it more. I just don't.
It's good that you're not addicted to it.
On the next podcast, we're bringing a coffee in. You're going to try it and
taste
give everyone.
I'll taste it. I'll do a live taste test.
Yeah, I think you should.
Give me a few different tests.
We'll put it on our TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming on to TikTok, actually, before we were, recording the podcast, you obviously you spoke about TikTok and how big of an influence it is for your business, or how you, basically,
how you grow.
Yeah.
But I said this to these, I think, when we were talking about like what guests we would have on and stuff like that, I said to these straight away, Lucy is just like, she always comes across as a very real, and she always seems to be spread out across so many different facets, not even just on social medias, but the individuals that she puts herself in, like the circles that she's in and stuff like that. It's very dynamic spread. Obviously, first and foremost, in our opinion, you're like, you have like a client basis, so you do obviously weddings, which is how I met you.
Yes.
But you also do other clients as well, which you'll touch on in a sec. But you're also doing everything else. So what I want to know is
that big whoa.
What I want to know is
no, but it's true though, because obviously I just thought that makeup was just obviously
like
what
my thing.
And you're like a proper entrepreneur, like you've got your hands in all the baskets, and like we just want to obviously hear more about it. And like
I do feel like a lot of people don't really know that about me. Like I do have a lot of things that I don't show on social media, which I do definitely want to bring to the surface a lot more. But I think that's what's good about the podcast, is we can discuss that.
To talk about it.
Yeah. Well done. Hey, she's all right, isn't she?
So the origin story. Give us a bit of an origin story.
Yeah, so we always ask this question. Obviously, some people might know you up to this point. Like obviously, you've obviously got followings across loads of different places. But what's the strip it all back? Where does it all begin?
From the very start.
From the start. Obviously, we've only got an hour or so keep it loose. But I mean, where does it start for you?
Take your time.
I was 14 and I started modelling for Kate Hayes, who's like quite a well-known makeup artist. And then I was finishing school, and obviously it's that decision whether you want to go to college or whether you're going to stay in sixth form. It's the big meltdown where people act as if like it's the end of the world, when it's really not, by the way. It's not everyone knows this, but I try and say to the younger kids, like, it's not the end of the world, because it's actually not. And I ended up being Kate's apprentice from the age of 14 to 16. So done makeup between them 2 years and taught on a lot of courses as well, so that's where it kind of like built me networking, and especially my confidence as well, like just speaking to anyone. Like I'm one of them people, like I want to be put in uncomfortable situations to feel comfortable, and I try and push that to a lot of people as well. Like
that's interesting.
Like put yourself in the situations that make you feel uncomfortable, because you'll grow as a person. So that's what I used to kind of do a lot more when I was 16.
I know, no, just
sorry guys.
Hang on a minute, who the fuck?
But I know it takes a lot though, just to put yourself in that position.
100%.
That you're wanting to
I think what I'm getting
over.
is, you're right in what you're saying. You've got to put yourself in a state of risk to reap rewards. What I found dead fascinating, what I still find fascinating now, is how early you figured that out.
Yeah, it's creepy.
That's like,
it does give me chills still. Like it's weird, because I always think like, oh my god, like I was in school and like my nickname was like the makeup artist, and people used to come up to me on my lunch break and they'd be like, have you got makeup appointments for tonight at 6 p.m? And I'd be like, yeah, just come to us. And my mum would be like, who's coming? And I'd be like, oh, just me mate. I wouldn't have a clue who it was, but I wouldn't recommend this, so I'd just say like, not strangers coming in your house. But I did do it as a kid, and like my mum was like, have you seen this little grafter in the back room, £25 an hour she's getting, and she's 14.
And she's not even paying keep.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. But like I just love that. Like I look back and I think, oh my god, like what a journey, like what an actual journey it's so yeah, when I was 16 I went on my first girls holiday with my best mate to Magaluf.
We don't recommend this either, by the way.
Stay safe. But fell in love with Magaluf so much and cried on the flight back, and was like, I need to go back, there's just something about this place, I love it. So I asked my mum, can I go and live over there? She said, go for it. So moved over to Magaluf and done makeup 16? Over there for 2 months on my own. Yeah.
And
it was the best decision ever.
I must admit, even just, I don't even know how old you are now, to be honest with you, but from the age of 14 to 16, what you've basically done, the maturity as a parent, I think she obviously trusted you a lot.
100%.
And obviously knew how mature you was to go and do that.
100%.
Because
on the surface,
that's what I'm saying, on the surface, the majority of 16-year-olds are very immature. You wouldn't trust them to like go and live for a week, never mind 2 months.
Oh my god, yeah. And I only went on my first ever flight when I was 14 as well. Like just putting that out there. And that was my third ever flight, flying alone.
Wow.
But I was just obsessed. I was like, the thought of just being with other people.
And I've never flew on a plane on my own.
I've done more flights alone than I have with people. How sad's that? but it's really good.
That's what it shows.
It's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
It shows.
I love my own company.
I suppose it shows your growth though, as like a person,
Yeah.
as a business person as well, in terms of you don't need other people's influences to make you believe in what you want to
100%.
achieve. That makes sense.
And that's what I kind of like to push to people as well, is like don't always wait on other people.
Yeah.
Like you're your own person for yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Can I just, this is just something that, it's dead interesting. I think the more you cut out your distractions, the more like streamlined you seem to be, the further you seem to get. But that's just the way you've just said that then about don't wait around for other people and stuff. I remember a mate of mine telling me this story. This has got nothing to do with this really, but he told me this story when they went to Thailand on like a 3-4 week travel thing, and you seen this lad there, it was a Scouser, on his own, totally on his own. And this is at a time where like no one really went anywhere. And he was talking to this lad, and this lad's like kind of message was, oh, my mate was like, on your own though, isn't that a bit scared and stuff like that? And he said exactly what you've just said, which is if you spend your time waiting around for everybody else, you'll never go anywhere.
No.
And that just seems to ring so true. And that story always stuck with me. This was before I'd even done anything to do with anything entrepreneurial, anything like trying to grow anything for myself. It just seems to always stick in my mind.
Yeah,
and
I
you've
love
just
that.
said it as well. So
There's a little core memory.
have you watched Inside Out or something?
Is that off Inside Out?
That's off Inside Out. Core memory, yeah.
So you went to Magaluf, obviously.
Yes.
Done makeup there.
Yeah, done makeup there for 2 months and worked out there as like, you know, the PR on the streets. Like I'd be like, come and get your shots.
Yeah.
Like,
What was the offer that you were like? Say we walk on the street. What would you offer us?
So I would look at people's outfits first.
Seriously?
100%, yeah. So I'd look for the Scousers because the Scousers were easy to pull in.
Because you're
and
a
the more
Scouser.
Scousers I got in, the earlier I could go home. Well, not Scousers, but people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if the more people I got in, the earlier I could go home. So I wouldn't have to go home at 4 a.m. in the morning. So win-win, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I used to look for the Scousers and I'd go...
Savvy.
Yeah, you know, you got to think logically.
Yeah.
And then I just remember like looking at the Scousers and I was like, lads, please, like I'll do your shots dead cheap if you please come in, like I can leave early. And you were like, oh yeah, Sandra, Scouser, we'll go on. So like I think it was like 5 for £2, like when the cost of living wasn't the cost of living. Do you know what I mean? It was really, really good. And yeah, just used to pull people in off shots. And don't get me wrong, like I actually think that's why I'm probably so mature for my age, because I'd done all that chaos when I was so young. Do you know what I mean? But I wouldn't change it for the world now. Like if anyone's younger or is like stuck on like what pathway to take, I always just think like you can change your pathway any time, any age, do you know what I mean?
Especially the younger you are
Yeah,
as well.
like just go and do it, like meet them new people. Like you'll obviously meet people you don't get along with and you'll meet people that you proper click with, but like it's just such an experience. And especially living alone as well, like I was like, oh, this is a graft I'm having to hang my own washing up, but at least I'm hanging it up in the sun on the
Imagine
balcony.
that.
Do you know what I
Say,
mean?
my little brother who's like touching 30 now, he doesn't even do his own washing, to be fair. He's still getting me mad.
I'm like that now.
Jesus
That's
is
you.
Josh.
Neither does Josh.
What was I doing yesterday?
Oh, what? It was the
Being
first time.
He'll hold on to that all year, by the way.
Just before the pod, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
Start doing things around the house with them and come on the podcast. I go, look, I did it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Got no background.
Obviously, it's not the be all and end all this question. It's more just to give us a clarification of where you are right now and how old you are right now. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so I am 21 right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
My
I
head's
feel
just
like I've
fell
gone down
right
the
off.
rabbit with
It
that.
does?
But yeah,
I'm getting off.
21.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I am the baby that would always say this, like my birthday's in August, so it's like
You're like the last of your year
the
group.
last of the
Yeah.
year type thing. So I'm like, everyone's 22, I am the baby, but yeah.
But what you've done from like 16 to 21, I can already see it. Well, I want to hear what you did
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
from 16 to 21. How did you go
So
further
16
into
to 21, when I actually come back from Spain, I just carried on doing makeup. Stuck with makeup for about like 16 to 19, and then that's when I brought out my makeup brush brand. So I have a brand called Conlan, and promo Conlan.
it? Shout out, Conlan.
shout out
Shout out
Conlan.
Conlan 1, by the way.
Conlan.1 is the website name, yeah. But yeah, it's called Conlan just because that's like kind of my family name, and I absolutely love my family, and everything that I do is for my family. Like I'm quite a person like that. But I wanted to bring out something because I was obsessed with watching people like drop ship and stuff, but I didn't want to go down the route of drop shipping. I wanted to kind of like put the actual graft in myself, like pack the parcels myself, stick the labels on myself. So I kind of done that. But I'm missing out a massive part. Like obviously COVID, like that wasn't a great time, especially for like all of us
for
like
anyone.
self-employed. Like wow, what a time in my life. I actually always revert back to this because I always try and push people to do something like, as I say, like out your comfort zone. So I actually went and worked in Asda, like so random, but like really enjoyed it because I got to do customer service, so I could speak to like random people and like just kind
Is
of
this during COVID?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Asda.
Yeah, shout out to Asda.
I was just going to butt in there and just say, that, as I put it, you've basically achieved so much by this point, and then COVID comes along and makes you go, right, well, I'm just going to lean into going to work in Asda.
100%.
And some people might go, well, listen, because I know what it's like. Some people's egos go, no, I'm not doing that because that's just not for me, and I'm never going to go backwards now, I'm forwards.
Yeah, no.
And that just goes to show how much you're, like, absorbing.
Yeah, 100%, because a job's a job and it's going to teach you whatever. And I used to sit in Asda and be like, I would love to redesign them billboards. Like, I've had weird ideas like that, do you know what I mean? And I actually done Amazon as well while I worked in Asda. So you're like delivering parcels.
Parcel delivery?
Yeah, so I done all the food deliveries. I had a ball on Amazon, by the way, like recommend doing it.
Shout out to Amazon with the best jobs there.
Good. They said like you can take your dog, your cat in the car, your mate, like, you could have whoever as long as you were getting the parcels done, you weren't bothered. It was great. Really, really good.
I'm just like, from a person who sees your social media and all this info you've just given us about you, I'm just like, there's just so much about you, isn't there? Like,
it's not a lot that I actually speak about.
Hey, we're unwrapping it.
I'm like, what's going to be next? Yeah. But yeah, like I always try and like push that on people as like having a little side hustle and working like for Asda or Tesco, like that does not matter. It's still bringing you money in, but it's where you decide to then move that money. Like all the money I was getting from Asda, yeah, I could spend it on me Weatherspoons, like eat out to help out money, but I never. Do you know what I mean? I put it back into me graft because that's where I wanted me money to go after COVID was done.
Yeah.
So that's what I try and push on people. Like I respect kids who work in like the Tesco, the Asda, the jobs that they really don't want to do for the minimum wage, but I definitely think it grows you as a person, and you can either grow with it or stay with it. You have the option of like what one you want to do with it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what's funny, right? We speak about this all the time.
Let's write these things down and put these up in here.
Do you know what?
I am like a little buddy.
I think like the educational side of things of like kids who are 14 who are in that limbo stage, like what do I do with my career, and a lot of them, we always speak about this all the time, a lot of them just want it now. So when people like 14-year-olds see you, they go, oh, I want to be like Lucy, I want to be where Lucy is, but they haven't seen that, the fact that you've literally went, well, I'm going to go and work in Asda for a bit, I'm going to go and be an Asda. They don't want to do that.
No.
They just want what you've got now.
Yeah.
Because it's how they're perceived as well. If you're doing jobs like that, let's just put them in inverted commas, because what is a job like that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all money, innit?
Yeah. Exactly.
Like you said, like disposing where your money goes to and what you're focusing on. Some people will just get these jobs and stay in these jobs, but it's how you pivot, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're very reactive, I find.
Yeah, I am. I'm quite a person that's like, okay, this cycle's getting repetitive now, I need to get out of it.
On.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm bored of this routine now. Know
just,
what I mean?
would you ever go into that? So, not saying like you should be like a speaker, because already in the first
like a life coach
speaking about this, but I think like 14-year-olds, me as a 14-year-old, you coming in and saying, well, I'm here now and I've went through that. I'm not saying like the Asda's the rock bottom, because it's not.
It's not.
It's a good
It's
job.
a journey.
Yeah, but it's a journey, and it's the fact that you've went, well, I don't mind dipping back there again and going back up to there. You know what I mean?
100%.
You've experienced.
I had a mate not too long ago. He doesn't work there no more, but in the Tesco by mine, just by Crosby, as you know, is where I live. Bootle. Yeah,
oh,
so
do you live in Bootle? Sorry, I really hate the way people say you live in Bootle. It really annoys me.
I don't live in Bootle.
I don't, but I'm classed as Bootle,
No,
and it really annoys me.
He is from Bootle.
But my mate Charlie Kidd, he was. I met him at the end of COVID, really, and he was working in Tesco because he was doing like university or something like that. And he, at the time of working in Tesco, literally because I do obviously music stuff, as people probably know by now, but I do music stuff as well as weddings. And he has probably one of the top event nights in the whole of Liverpool. Like, he books out like the big massive venues and stuff like that, does like grands on the door, the lot, like as these big massive international DJs playing for him in his events, and then goes and works Tesco like
respect
two
the grand.
2 to 3 days a week.
I love that.
And it was funny because I'd see him at the thing,
respect the grind.
Yeah,
and
respect
I'd
the
see him
grand.
at the events and be like, yeah, and he's like made up with it, going, yeah, that's a sort. But he was similar to you in a sense that he was just very grounded and understood like the bigger picture, that it was a very current thing with the lead onto a bigger thing.
100%.
And like, he doesn't work there no more because he's finished all his uni and stuff like that.
I was waiting for you
But
to say,
literally,
on to bigger best things.
he's done like events in Ibiza, he's done like boat parties, he's done like big massive things that, in my opinion, not a lot of events get to that level. So it just shows like some people have just got this like unique gift where they just know where they're going. You're obviously one of those people.
I don't know, you know.
As soon as he left that thing, though, he just got snapped up by everyone. Like, the biggest names all across the UK were like, right, can you come
Name
work
them.
for us? Don't want to name them. But, like, it just shows really that he wasn't stuck.
Yeah.
He knew where he was going.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But weird thing about ego is people just think that ego is this thing where it's like a big,
Like a chip on your shoulder.
yeah. And
That's what I think it is anyway.
yeah, so this is like it'll blow your mind, but like there's actually so I done psychology A level.
Another string to the
Yeah,
bow there.
in college during COVID, like I was just bored, so I just went back and done A levels. I should do.
Just bored.
But I loved it because, like, don't get me wrong, it's good in one sense because, like, I can psychoanalyse people, but it's bad in another sense because I psychoanalyse everyone now. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just what I do. But obviously, I'm not like qualified expert.
Judging us.
But watching your body language.
Okay.
But one of the things is, so you've got your ego. You've got 3 different types of your ego. So you've got your super ego, and your ID.
Okay.
So you've got your super ego, which you think what you are. You've got your ego, which you actually are. And you've got your ID, which is your identification, what people think you are. And they're actually your 3 different types of egos.
Okay. So, from... I don't even know how to respond to that.
We're not qualified. So
I don't think we're qualified.
So we're not qualified, but it's interesting because it makes you realise that, like, if you cut yourself out into them 3 little pieces, you realise about, like, the positives of yourself and the negatives, and maybe some things that, like, your friend or your boyfriend or girlfriend has pulled you up on to maybe, like, change about yourself. So, like, you need to break yourself down into the 3 pieces.
For us, this counselling.
I know, this is like therapy sessions now, like this, so guys.
So guys, tell us about more.
So it just helps you a lot out, and especially with like a business as well. Like, I've took a big step back the past year and kind of gone like, okay, am I just feeding into this because it's me ego? Like, a lot of things have been like, even just stupid stuff, like when people say like, oh my God, you're smashing it, but like smashing it to a stranger is something completely different to yourself.
I hate when people say you're smashing it.
Yeah.
'Cause you just don't know what
You're
what,
just
what
seeing
is
the outer
smashing
cover.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
do
I
you know
say
what I
it all
mean?
the
Someone
time.
literally
and
said
now
it
that
to me
you've just
today.
said it-
You're smashing it. I was like,
You've just said
there's
it.
different versions. I try sometimes, not all the time, don't get me wrong. But when people say, oh yeah, you're smashing it, I try or tried, don't so much no more because I don't get involved, and try and put it the other way around. People's like, you might see that I'm smashing it, but you don't see like the late nights, the long days, the like alone time. And I'm very like aware of mental awareness and stuff like that.
100%, yeah.
The smashing it line for me, I always don't know how to respond to that because
same.
I've got like, not imposter syndrome, but I half go, I don't know how to, like, am I?
Well, that's what I say. It's the same aspect of saying like, you want to get like the best card at the end of the year, but like your version. No, actually, that's the wrong term. It's like what we said before about money. Like your ideal version of like being minted is completely different to my ideal version.
Yeah.
Like my ideal version of like a happy life is being in the countryside, like with a massive farm and just like space. Whereas like someone else's version could be on the top floor in New York City.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's the same aspect as that. Of like your idea of smashing it could be because you've just seen me drive past in a Merc.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's how people see it, don't perceive it, don't
whereas
they?
like my idea of smashing it is your mindset is unbelievable.
So do you think everyone should walk around with that psychology of like, this is my, what was the words again?
This
ego,
is
super
me ego, me ID and me super ego.
Okay.
Not so much, but I just think like if you're a person that maybe gets like overwhelmed with, what's the word? Not confrontation, but like, what's the word when someone, criticism.
Okay.
When someone criticises you, like straight away your ego will like put on a front, and then that's where it'll attack your super ego because your super ego is getting damaged.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's all interesting to me because I'm like a bad people pleaser, like terrible.
So I used to be the
Terrible.
same. Yeah.
So is Beth.
To the point where I'll put myself in like bad positions or like negative situations
To
for
help
the
others.
fact of wanting other people to feel better or whatever it might be.
Which is good to a
Stupid,
certain
really.
extent.
Oh,
But-
I always think to myself, is it this whole like nice guys finish last situation where like if I'm being too nice to people and letting people take the piss, like
I think it just,
You know what I
just
mean?
depends on
No,
energy.
yeah.
Like I think if it feels right to like give 100% to someone, then give it. But like I'm quite like a person that like if I'm getting tired, I'll let you know I'm tired now. I'm gonna get off. Whereas I never used to be like that because I'd be like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so rude. Like, I don't want to just get off. But, like, I'm straight up now because I think I'm just going to waste your time. I'm going to absolutely talk shite, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, what's
Filling
the point?
in the empty
what is
space,
the point type of thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I like that.
So just stuff like that, but yeah, it's something to think about. You've actually got 3 different types of ego.
So with the 3 different types of egos, can you change them, or is it like because you were saying your ego is who you are? Is that like set?
Yeah, so obviously it's never set because you can change as you go, as you mean to go on.
How do you change it?
How do you change it? It's all mindset and reading clever and interesting books.
Any books that you want to tag for us to go and read at home?
God,
have you got like your 3 favourite books? I seen this on your story the other night. You mentioned about your like the books you read or whatever. But from us 3 now, obviously Beth's the only one really who probably reads. I know you don't read. You're very visual.
I haven't got the attention span yet.
But I feel like I want to read. Yeah. We went away recently and I read a book. It was a thriller.
Still, it doesn't matter. You're still reading. Does not matter. You're still
reading. Was it Harry Potter?
No, it wasn't.
I was about to knock you out then.
I do love Harry Potter, so that's why I got that reference in there. But do I? 3 books or 2 books? Any books that you want to tag? That you think we're going to go away from, and really, because I always know that one, The Secret, is always
The Secret.
Yeah,
like
The Secret's a really good book, but then it's hard because people think that it's all about manifestation and all that, and it's not. It's about things that happen in everyday life, but probably one of them is How to Win and Influence Friends.
How to Win, Influence Friends.
How to Win and Influence Friends.
Okay. I like that.
That's a really interesting one. Another one is The 7 Highly Effective Habits of People. So it's I'm not going to tell you what the 7 habits are, but really good read.
Read the book.
I'm going to make you read it. So read the book.
So when we read it, we're going to get in touch with you and say, this is what it's done to my life, because it surely changes it, doesn't it, your outlook?
It's one of them things, like, you'll want to go back to the books and reread them because they're so intense. Like, I read probably a chapter once a week because obviously every chapter's size is different in every book, but because these books are so, like, intense, you might want to go back on them and, like, reread them.
Digest it all.
Yeah, I think it's hard as well because, like, when you read the book, you're like, yeah, I love this mindset, and then you'll go and have a conversation with someone, you're like, whoa, they just, like, are on a completely another level to me, like, of, like, they're so, like, ghost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's interesting to definitely go back to a book, reread it, because you'll have a different perspective on it to what you read the first time, and you'll obviously pick up things in a book that you didn't read the first time round.
Yes, Ryan, go and read a book.
Oh yeah.
Do you believe in manifestation?
100%. But I believe that it's not just about sitting there and putting your crystals under your pillow and putting your letters. Do a few witch spells, do as you please, whatever, but you need to put the graft in. Like, the graft is what's going to get you the places.
I love,
I've
been picking on this right the way through this, the amount of times that you say the word graft.
Yeah, it's my new vocab word.
It's like a tag, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Graft.
So last week was God love them. This week I'm saying graft.
I love that about your personality. You've got your own style. You've got your own what you think. Yeah. That's my word type thing. When you say that, that's my word of the week. Like things like that. That's a personality.
Some people are just
because
switched on in
mates
different
pull me
ways.
up on it. They go, "Is this your word of the week?" And I'm like, "Must be." I'm like, "Who've got this one off this week?"
Graft.
Put the graft in, get the results, and God love you.
God love you.
God love you, girl.
So, back to makeup, I would like to know, when was your first, if you can remember, your first bridal makeup that you've done? Do you do quite a lot, or have you not got time to do many?
Well, to be honest, makeup used to be like my biggest asset. Makeup now is kind of like, I don't want to say a hobby because it's not a hobby, but I feel like it's gone back to like, I do it just because I still love seeing people of a Saturday. So I still do have my weddings booked in, but I'm a lot more specific with my weddings, and I wouldn't just have any, like, how do I put this? Like, I wouldn't just have any...
You wouldn't say yes to everything.
Yeah, I don't say yes to everyone just because I know that if someone comes to me with a picture of Kimmy K, I can't create Kimmy K.
Okay.
In the nicest way possible.
No, but that's real though to you. You're not just going to everyone, I can do that for you, and then you're disappointing them down the line.
Yeah, I'm quite honest with my clients, and that's just how I'm not in like a rude, abrupt way, but I'm a lot more like, I'm going to be real with you. You are naturally a gorgeous person, and a pretty face, so I don't want to go and whack this full face of makeup on you when you're going to have a breakdown on your wedding day because you didn't wear a full face or the weekend anyway. Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
So a lot of your brides probably most like recommendation, or you've done the
and
makeup
regulars,
on, like,
I'm like, dead lucky because I feel like my regulars are at that age now where like we've grown together. So like, you've gone from like coming to my bedroom and getting the makeup done there to like being in the salon to being like, oh, Lucy, I'm getting married next week, and I'm like, oh my god, this world is really weird. You're getting married.
But I think, sorry.
I was just going to say, so do you work out of a salon, because I didn't know.
Yeah, so I work in O'Darlin, but it's getting changed to House O'Darlin, literally across the road.
Shout out to O'Darlin, by the way.
Over the road from here?
Yeah.
neighbours.
Yeah, it took me
Got
3
on
minutes to
me.
drive, yeah. It was
Oh
great.
my God, I never knew
Yeah.
that.
So if you just want to come in for a little yoga or a coffee, you know where it is.
Yoga as well?
Yeah, they're opening a little yoga place upstairs.
We'll
Oh
be
my
there.
God, I'll definitely go there.
We'll
Yeah,
be there.
it's cool.
Lovely.
So I think it's actually really good that obviously most of your bridal clients are like recommended or like you know them, because I just think obviously I'm assuming you do trial makeups before the day, and personally I'm really fussy with makeup. Like
I love fussy people, by the way. I
don't wear
really
it a
love
lot.
fussy people. Yeah,
Send them my way.
yeah. So I
just
really
think,
like fussy
like,
people.
Obviously I've had my makeup done before and I've hated it, and I just think like it must be hard for you and for them if they didn't like their makeup on the trial to be like, oh, I really don't like this. Like,
You know what? It's not even about it being hard. It's more like how someone speaks back to you. If someone's quite like aggressive toned with me or rude, it makes me a little bit standoffish. But if someone's respectful, tells me the fussy, I'm like, great, I love fussy people. Because when I'm getting my makeup done, like, I actually really like to get my makeup done, by the way, I'm dead fussy. Like, I'm like, oh, can you put that there? And they're like, Lucy, we're not even halfway done. I'm like, I know, but like, I just like to, like, I'm just a faff, do you know what I mean? So I understand fussy people, and I feel like fussy people know what they want.
Yeah.
So it makes it a lot more easier to do my job. The likes of yourselves, like, whereas if you've got someone that's like,
Do whatever, I'm a blank canvas.
Yeah, it's it's not the hardest thing ever, because it's kind of like a basic wedding glam, what everyone goes for, but it is definitely a lot more harder, because at the end of the glam they're asking to change things, which most of the time can be a lot more difficult to change when you're complete rather than when you're halfway through doing it, if that makes sense.
I just can't even imagine that someone would be rude though, because like the amount of times we see like people get the makeup done in the morning, and obviously the makeup artist goes like, if there's anything you don't like, let me know, it's no problem, like I'll change it, I want you to be happy, like it's the biggest day of your life, or like you're a bridesmaid to your best friend, like it's so important. And then I think for someone to be rude back, it's just like a shock, really.
100%. But I always
does
think
that happen? Sorry, I know this is not a controversial podcast, by the way, but does that happen sometimes?
Yes, but it's on the bridal trials, and I always revert back to my quote book, and it do say that you never know what happened to someone at the start of the day, so that's why we might have taken it out on you. So that's what I always think. Do you know what I mean?
Outlook.
I always think stuff like that. Even like, you know, if someone screams at you in the car, I think, oh, God love you. Did you forget to turn the straighteners off this morning? Road
rage.
That's what I do. Like, I used to be really bad at road rage, and then now I'm like,
you don't know what's someone's going through.
Like, you know what? I'm going to leave you to have a good day. I'm not even going to argue back. I'm just going to laugh at you, and you're going to wonder why I'm laughing at you. But I just laugh at people. So if you ever try and have road rage with me, I'll just laugh at you.
I was going to say, in terms of weddings, do you have like a number of weddings you take on a year? Do you limit it? Like, what's your...
No, not really, you know. Like, I'm happy to work whenever. I'm kind of one person, like, if my client wanted me up at 3 a.m. in the morning, I'll be up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
So this is the question. I know you said before you're a morning person, and I always think this with makeup and hair stylists and stuff like that, when they turn up in the morning, you've got to be a morning person, haven't you, for a wedding day?
I love being a morning person, yeah. And like, some weddings I've started at like 3 a.m. in the morning, some I'm like 8 a.m. and I'm like, really? I'm like, this is like late.
This afternoon for me.
I'm like, I'm like, I'm ready for me lunch. I'm like, but yeah.
3 a.m?
What time do you normally get up?
5:30.
Every day?
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like
Again, for someone who's 21 years of age, that is just totally like...
Yeah. Unheard of.
Yeah, unheard of. Nice way to put it.
So do you go to bed early then?
I know, yeah. But for me, it doesn't seem like you go to bed early though, either.
This is like the kind
of
like
the coffee
thing
comes
at
in.
the minute,
This is the coffee problem.
So this is like the toxic thing at the minute. Is like, I used to be really good at my sleeping pattern, so I'd be in bed by 8 o'clock and I'd be off my phone by 8:30 and reading a book by 8:30 to round about 10:30, and then fully switch off. But recently, because I'm like overloaded with work, which is good, but it's draining at the same time, like it's a lot to take on, I'm going to bed at like 10, 11, but I'm still getting up at 5:30 because that's just the way my body clocks, do you know what I mean? So that's why I probably am like, coffee, do you know what I mean? Which I do want to touch on, that like I don't want to push and like influence that, because that's something I would like to change, and I am putting like the actions in to not work as much like 12-hour shifts, but at the same time, when you love what you do,
it's
I feel
hard,
like
isn't it?
you're just obsessed.
Doesn't feel
like
like it,
I'm
does it?
obsessed, yeah.
I was going to go back to the weddings because I've got like millions of questions,
I am,
and I'm not even a bride who's getting me makeup done or anything like that.
Aren't
You
you,
just do brides.
Aren't you, love?
No, not today. Do you, I stand with that, do you just do brides or do you do the whole wedding party?
So it's normally the whole wedding party.
Okay.
So you'll get like the bride, mother of the bride, you'll get all the bridesmaids, and sometimes even like the friends will jump on. So I kind of give like a package of like, okay, I can do mother of the bride, the mum, I can do all your bridesmaids, and if your friends want to pay extra, feel free to.
Crack on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there like a specific time slot that you would suggest the bride to get her makeup done? Because obviously I'm guessing you wouldn't want them to be the first, you probably wouldn't want them to be the last.
Well,
but like,
I kind of say like, I'll give them kind of a schedule of like, you can go at the end, but the schedule never goes to plan,
No,
as
yeah.
we
We
know
all know
when
that
it comes
So
to
anyone
the
who's
wedding.
listening, who's a bride or a groom and thinking,
yeah.
right, I want to do you what you're saying is completely right.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
it never goes to plan. So I can't say like go in the middle, because then you can obviously with your bridesmaids, but then at the same time some of them like, I need to go last because I want my makeup to last. But I'm kind of I try and explain to them that like the way your makeup's going to be placed on, because we've already done a trial, we know how your skin works with that type of makeup already. So I know that is going to last on your skin for 48 hours if you're going to keep it on for that long. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to stay on. So for me, it's kind of like, if you want to get it done at the start, you can. If you want to get it done at the end, that's absolutely fine. But I can't say in the middle, because you want to get pictures of you like feeling glam with your girls, like getting ready, or your gays, do you know what I mean? Like depends on who you're with type of thing. It just looks nice.
I love that, with the girls, all
with
the gays.
all the girls, yeah.
Apart from weddings, is there anything else you want to speak about? Because I know there's a lot of
there's a lot of layers.
There's a lot of strings to your bow, and I think the more we're speaking to you...
I've never heard that one, by the way, strings to your bow.
You never heard that one?
No.
It's probably the most obvious
I'm
one.
going to put that in my quote
Doesn't
book.
listen.
Strings to the
A
bow.
lot more strings to your bow. But obviously you've already touched on that you don't just do wedding makeup, you've got a multiple other things, which I didn't even really know about. So we want to know, what else do you do?
Yeah, so I'm kind of like I can't sit still, and I've always been like that. Like, I want to get up, I want to go. Like, there are people like, oh, I love a lazy day. I'm like, what is a lazy day? I'm like, I'm going to have a breakdown. Don't offer me a lazy day. Yeah, that's how I see it. I like to always be up and doing something. And I think, especially because I started off like networking and social media when I was so young, I kind of got in that path, and especially just being around people who were like so enthusiastic about what they do, I just kind of realised like, oh my god, like I'm capable of so much more than what I realised. So at the minute I've got Conlan, which are my makeup brushes, and that's like my main like baby, like my business that I really, really want to push in 2024.
So sorry, just to interrupt you. We've said like where we're based at the moment, there's a bit of like a shipyard next to us. We're in Liverpool, Albert Docks, but no, towards Bramley Moordock, that way. So do apologise about that little interruption, because it will be there. Was it loud? Yeah. So just the wind, we'll say. Sorry. Conlan brushes.
Yeah, to the Conlan brushes are like my main thing at the minute, but I also have TikTok. So obviously many of you will know like TikTok's the big thing at the minute. TikTok's the way forward, and I'm dead lucky that I've grew like my following on there, especially with TikTok. Started that about 4-5 years ago.
So you were at the start of it.
I know,
really?
I was not even going
I know.
there.
Early adopter, yeah.
But like I didn't used to watch anyone else. I just done my own thing. So I was known for outfit of the day.
Cool.
So I'd jump on and I'd prop my phone up in the middle of town and say, you know what time of day it is? It's outfit of the day time. And I'd name my outfit from top to bottom, what I was wearing. So that's what kind of like blew me up. So like I got reached out to like I never reached out. I got spoken to and like emailed off like other clothing companies and stuff. And I think that's where it kind of like blew up from.
I was literally about to say, obviously you don't have to go into too much detail about it, but with TikTok, and you've mentioned it as like your second next to the Conlan brushes, do you make an income off TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok is a really good income.
Is it?
And that's why anyone that I meet...
All right, we'll cut this bit out. How much?
No, like...
No, you don't have to say
how much? Do you know what? I'll be
subject.
honest, like it ranges every month.
Okay.
It's a type of thing where like unless you're grafting on it like 10 videos a day, you can expect like a really, really... Like, it's hard because I think like if I was to sit here and say I am minted off TikTok, minted to you is completely different to you. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like
so
that.
I think that like it's a really, really good making money, but if you're obsessed with making money, it's never going to be enough.
Because you okay.
But then also it doesn't come easy as well. Like
It
a lot
doesn't.
of like people think, the kids will think, oh yeah, like I can do that, but like
Yeah,
there's a lot of
it's a
hard
graft.
work goes
Yeah.
into
I
it.
would imagine there's a lot of, I know we mentioned this before, like the toxic side where if you don't get as many likes or as many views, you just start to hit it down and then
People crash when they don't get views, and I've seen it a lot with my friends as well. Luckily, obviously, because I started a lot younger, it's impacted me a lot less. So like likes and views don't bother me as much. It's more community and and approach this to like businesses like yourselves. Like we spoke a little bit before, and when I come into the office, I said to the guys like, "Why aren't you on TikTok? Like you need to be on TikTok. Get with it."
Because we're all old.
I felt like a dinosaur. When you said that.
If you feel old, how would you? I feel.
Yeah.
God. Anyway.
But yeah, like with TikTok, there's 2 different streams of income. You've got a content creator and you've got TikTok shop. So you can either sell on TikTok shop, which get the notebook out, or you can be a content creator. So content creating is basically where you get paid for your views. Or TikTok shop is where, like, say for instance, I'll be holding like this phone case. I love this phone case, and if you bought that phone case and you did, I make commission off that.
Is that like affiliate marketing?
Yes, it's affiliate marketing,
sheets,
basically.
baby.
Yeah, but one of my friends, she's unbelievable on TikTok. She actually makes 30 grand a month commission off TikTok shop.
Which is like, do you know what I think it is? Do you know what I think the hardest thing for us, and when I say us, I mean like the general population, is they don't understand the system of money and how money making money is moving. So money is very much of an internet base now, isn't it? Like
100%.
if you're making money in the real world, like say your Asdas and stuff like that before, the money is only a certain
level you
paradigm.
can get to.
Like, and there's an expectation of how big it grows, and it only grows when you move up the chain. Whereas
there's a limit, isn't there?
The internet world of money is
crazy.
just like a totally different animal, isn't it?
100%. And when I try and speak to people about it, they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "You should have all your products on TikTok shop." And if you
grand a month,
wow,
30 grand.
I want to know
a
what
month.
she's promoting.
Nearly as much as you.
Do you know what? I'll tell you what she promotes. Shite. Like absolute, like basic stuff, like phone cases, socks.
Where she just gets sent things from other businesses.
No, she'll
or
buy
she,
them
like-
herself because the the other week, dead random, but like she got a 5-pack of knickers and absolutely sold them out on TikTok shop. So they were like £3.30, something ridiculous like that. So she was like, obviously I'm gonna buy them.
Okay, I know where you're going with this now. I see this all the time, like mops on TikTok for some reason.
Yes. So then,
I've never used a mop in my life.
That's
by
what
the way.
side of TikTok you're on. Yeah, that shows what side of TikTok you're on.
So yeah, I know.
Like mops.
It just comes over now and then. So like Cockney fella, like, look at this, and he's showing you like how easy it dries.
Yeah, I have seen him, to be fair.
So
but
I'm not the only one.
Like it's a boss graft, and like even for like small businesses and stuff, I try and say like jump on it, because you just don't know where your business is gonna take you. And same aspect to it, like Conlan for me, like I got to a point where I didn't want to constantly be putting my face on the internet, not because I don't like it, because I had so much going on behind the scenes. I didn't have time to sit and speak to the camera anymore, which is really sad, and I am trying to push that back in a lot more now. But I was dead lucky and had loads of mates obviously in the influencer industry, so sent all my brushes out to them, and they like with like sending stuff out to influencers, people think that like, okay, so you're telling me if I send 10 makeup brushes out to these 10 influencers, I'm going to get 10 grand back.
Yeah,
and you're like,
I get it.
I can't tell you you're going to get 10 grand back, but I might tell you that you'll get 40 sales off it.
So this is the question that I asked the lady of the week about how you like contact these like influencers, let's say, because he was speaking about artists, how he contacts artists in his industry. With your industry, if you're like collabing with these influencers, sorry. The one that always comes to my head, and it's just a typical, I'd sound like a proper old man when I say this, like Molly May. So everyone goes to Molly May, don't they, for an influencer?
Yeah.
Go
but
on.
I'm just not
You're
a Molly May gal.
Okay.
I'm
so
really
with
not.
the likes of getting in touch with the likes of a Molly May or someone else, name someone.
Yeah, like Jess Hunt, Refi, owner of Refi.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the likes of her.
But no one idea who these people are.
You are a dinosaur,
I am
that's
proper
why.
Al, me. Go on.
Love Island, what's this Love Island? Not that I watch it, but how do you get in touch with these people? How do you collab with them? How do you
So I've
send
like
your
kind of
products
done
to
this
them?
like strategy for the past couple of years, and like maybe I'm exposing myself saying this, but
Alright,
it's a really
we'll
good
bleep this
thing.
bit.
No, like I'll be honest, like I think it's a really good thing for business and especially for yourselves as well. Go on.
Wait there, before you go on to this, I think when I've listened to other, not influencers, other people who talk about business and stuff like that, I think this person, Gary Vee it was, who I used to listen to all the
Love
time.
Gary Vee.
He used to say, there's nothing wrong with exposing what you're doing, because 99% of people won't do it.
No.
Yeah.
Because they're either too lazy or they don't think it's going to work.
100%.
So you can be as transparent as you want, they're just never going to do it. But go on, continue.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, like my strategy was like I used to reach out on email and like, you know, sell it in the DMs. Hi, I'm Lucy. No one wants to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm shattered. I'm not going to read a DM in the nicest way possible. And I think it's half good because especially with me like being, and I hate being an influencer, but being like a content creator, I kind of understand what I would like to receive in a message and what I wouldn't like to receive. So like I get a lot more on a personal level with someone before, not personal as in like because I want them to use me brushes, personal because I'm interested about someone.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time I'll go to these networking events, I'll go and speak to people, and if I'm like, you know what, I really like you, and the fact that you've just pulled out a brush that you haven't washed in 10 years, I'm going to offer you a new pack of brushes. So like I'm a more in-person person.
Okay.
So I've got loads of brushes that I'll take to events and I'll just hand them out to influencers. I'd be like, do you want some new brushes? And they'll say, yeah. They're on TikTok Shop if you want to tag them. And then that's kind of like how it's grew where it is.
Obviously, I haven't seen your brushes because I'm a male and I don't use brushes.
2024, Josh.
I know that. But do they have your brand on it? I know they probably do.
Yeah.
It's a silly question.
I'll show you the picture. So
I thought she's going to pull one off the pocket then.
I did think so. She's going to pull a brush out.
Mary Poppins.
So this is my current line, yeah?
No, I'll show you them.
I've
Because I
seen
feel
them.
like if you see them, you
I
can
was
see
dead
what's
interested
image.
after meeting you that time at that wedding, which we can't remember which one it was, which is really bad.
These are them.
I remember seeing, because I just thought, it's probably the worst way to say it, like an MUA. She's a wedding MUA. Like she does like bridal makeup.
Don't downplay it.
That was like in my mind what you do.
Yeah, like that's just the image, because you just met me like
you meet
by
your
the
vendors,
front of the
don't you?
cover.
Yeah, you meet your vendors and then you know what that person does, or
Yeah.
you think you know what that person does. But then off the back of following you and seeing all this other stuff that you did and seeing that you'd done all sorts of range of things, I was like dead impressed by you and your like whole brand identity, really.
Yeah.
Which I said was a boss reason why you were coming on. But you've even met our producer Matty as well
Yes.
in previous stuff, because he does a lot of contenty bits, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's
Shout
like
out to Matty.
he's like a little social influencer himself. He knows all the big times, doesn't
I
he?
know
He
you'd
does.
actually be
He
really
was-
good at influencing. You
You
would on
would? You've got
TikTok.
the face for it.
You've influenced me to
And
get
the
them
legs.
microphones. So, see what I mean?
He
You
was
need an
working with-
Amazon storefront,
I
actually.
seen the
Good
other day
use.
you were working with Tony Bellew the other
Oh
day.
yeah, did you hear that? We need an Amazon storefront.
There's another one.
Right, I'll come back to this.
Come on, we'll get back to this.
We'll get back to this.
Yeah, but that's another one.
Tony Bellew, Matty was with the other day.
He's got big
And he's
feet
working
in,
with us
hasn't
as
he?
well.
Name dropping.
13.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
That's so random, but
Yeah.
There you go.
See, everyone who doesn't know Matty hasn't seen Matty. He's a big time.
Big cheese.
We're
he is.
trying to reel him in all the times they're producing for us, but he's like, I'm just with Tony now at the moment.
Haven't got time to hang out with you divvies. Come on. Back to Lucy anyway.
Sorry, yeah. No, back to the Amazon. I don't even know what it's called.
Amazon.
Amazon
Nope.
storefronts. Was that what
Yeah,
it's called?
I think I actually, because obviously before the podcast I had a little stalk on like
Yeah.
your social, well your Instagram, because I
Yeah.
don't have TikTok or anything, just to see. And I didn't know that this exists. I mean, I could be on the wrong path, but I went on your Amazon link and you basically just put things
Oh my
on
God, yeah.
that you've bought
Yeah.
or you like, and then if people buy them from that, you get
I get
commission.
commission, yeah.
So I thought initially when she told me about this, I was like, she wants people to buy things for her because that's what people
you
do,
do.
like wish
Yeah,
lists
it's
and
actually
stuff.
baby shower list.
Yeah.
No,
What's
so
this?
Amazon storefront's basically like, it's that weird because I only started Amazon storefront last year, but what it is, it's like any like products I've bought from the past, I just added them to like categories. So I've done like a girly things category, I've done like a if you wanting to get into influence like category, so people have got them straight away. So like the other day I done a video on TikTok about, have you heard of milk thistle tablets?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
Wow.
hear about them in the weddings, don't we?
Life
like the
changing.
hangover cures.
Ryan's
Yes.
face.
They're
Yeah.
unbelievable. So I done a video on TikTok with that, and
Did you work?
Yeah, they do. We've had them before.
I haven't.
Hangover for after
Yeah,
hangover. We
they're
have them
really, really
before you
good.
go out, don't you?
Who did we
so
have
one
with?
before you go out and one when you
Yeah.
get in.
Who's
Who's
the
the
guy?
hangover
We had
now?
them in
No.
ours.
So I went for a run the next
not
day and I
often
was
we
like,
get
oh, I feel
hangovers.
amazing.
I know.
Sold.
Yeah. We'll get them off my Amazon storefront.
She doesn't stop, does she? She's great at it. No.
But yeah, like as I say, like you need to be on that as well. Like 100% Amazon
We're learning
storefront.
so much, aren't we? You can
'Cause
come
even-
back.
I feel like this podcast can't even air. I've got to keep it for myself just to
Oh,
like,
yeah.
learn loads from.
Yeah, but
Um,
definitely like just stuff like that as well.
It's just, so is that, would you, how much of a, say if you were talking about percentages, would you, how much percentage wise would you say is more of your TikTok shop / influencer sales? How much is it as your clients, you know, doing makeup-y stuff?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm more like, my biggest ones is like, I haven't even explained this part, but I have an agency as well. But we'll go into that in a minute.
So you're like the manager for
An
content creators.
agency. No, not for content creators. I'm a social media manager, but I have people that work underneath me. So this is like another.
How do you...
Let's
Let me peel this layer back.
Sorry,
What am I going to do today? I'm going to do the agency, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
No wonder you don't go to bed till half 10 and go for 5.
So I just don't sleep really. It started off me social media management because I went into my skin girl one day and she told me she was paying for someone in... where was it? It was in South Africa.
Okay.
She was paying $2,500 for someone to run a social media. Yes,
wow.
gobsmacked, right? Who was taking images off the internet and using them and couldn't even caption stuff right. And like, I'm laughing because it really frustrates me, like how
that people
get the mick took out of them this much. Like, I was sat there and I just sat up halfway through my appointment and was like, you are getting the absolute mick took out of you, like in the nicest way possible. I was like, I'll run it for you. And she was like, would ya? And I was like,
for 1,900 quid.
Yeah, so, no, you know what? I just done it dead cheap, dead cheerful. And like, that's where it like off started me off. And like, she's still one of my clients now and she's still dead.
So when you say that, like maybe I'm missing a point, the beat here, but do you like post for people? Do you mean like that? Like,
yeah, so
you run accounts?
Do you run their account?
Yeah, so I go to their venues. I'll have a content day with them once a month. I'll take all the content and then I'll come in, batch editor and then editor. And then obviously post it for them, schedule posts.
Do you have a business name for it?
Yeah, it's called Lacuna, but it's still under the works. So.
Under the works.
That's got anything to do with your name?
Yes, so it's Amy Wright, who's a PT. It's mine and Amy's. So it obviously starts off with Lucy and ends with Amy, like Lacuna. And it basically means the missing key. That's what Lacuna means.
I'm just not...
I'm just going to clap that up. That is clever.
I think we could do with our little content creating.
Yes.
I know.
But it's
we're
really
missing
good,
a beat, aren't we, really?
Yeah, it's really good in the centre. Like, I do mini content as well. So, like, for the likes of, like, yourselves, like, if you're struggling with just, like, you kind of just want the pep talk of, like, it's having someone else's vision that's not in your business. Like, I've come in, like, as an open book today and, like, said to you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that.
She literally touched the ground running. Obviously, no one will know this, but as soon as she walked in the door, while we were still waiting for Matty to show... No, that's not like disrespect to you, Matty, by the way. No, but we had a little bit of time to kill, and like immediately we just started off with the regular, like, you're okay, how are you doing? You were already reeling off things that we could/should be doing.
Yeah, I was like, where's your TikTok?
Like analysed our like whole.
I was like, there's 1 billion users a day. What are you doing?
Can I say then, because we're about to get somebody on in the next couple of weeks, Bridal Sky. There's this like new, you've probably seen it yourself. There's this newfound like content creator market now on wedding days. Do you think that's just like a normal evolution, or is it what you've just said there, which is just having somebody's ideas and opinions that aren't your own?
100%. It's other people's ideas and opinions. And like at first it blew my mind a little bit because I was like, whoa, like you're paying someone to just like use an iPhone and like
that's
record
what it is.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Like from your perspective I feel like it's a bit mad, but then from my perspective I'm like, but people are using phones a lot more. No one wants to see it on TV anymore. Like my TV remote's dusty because I haven't touched my TV. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I say to people like my mates, like, oh, have you watched Love Island? I'm like, I couldn't tell you who's on it.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know what TV is.
So I'm a little bit like that. This is so funny, right? We haven't watched Love Island this year, but I've literally watched Love Island to the likes of TikTok because I've seen the viral clip.
Same.
I feel like I know everything that happens,
what I mean.
but I've wasted an hour a night.
I can see it through that, but I don't actually have the time to sit, and I don't have the mental capacity to sit there and watch something that I generally don't enjoy. Like I'd rather sit there and like listen to a podcast that's actually gonna teach me a lot more.
I think the general what's the
this is the first time this podcast is going to be
the attention pan of as people has like dropped, and it's like someone said this the other day, it's the TikTokification of the world where everything is now not an hour long video, it's a 30-second reel or a 30-second clip.
People can't even do 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's a slightly digestible amount in different ways, so I think that's where we need to. So you're not getting any hour-long videos at your wedding anymore, and you're only getting about 3 photos as well. Unlucky. Still same dough though.
Yeah, but even with the likes of TikTok, like TikTok was a platform that would push people for under 60-second videos, and now they're pushing for over 60-second videos.
So it's swiftly moving to like the likes of YouTube.
And they're basically, well, no, because they've already competed with YouTube. Not YouTube, Google. Did you say Google or YouTube?
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, YouTube. So let me just flip it back. So they've already basically smashed it with Google because they're trying to copy Google's search bar. So, you know, instead of you going on Google and typing in how to make a lasagna, you'll type it in on TikTok instead,
So
because it's a
TikTok's
visual
like
video.
the new
You've got
search engine.
the ingredients. That's what
Yeah.
they're trying to do. And the reason why they're trying to push over the 1 minute thing is because of YouTube. So they're pushing landscape videos out as well. So
Rather than
landscape,
portrait.
yeah. So they want to see 10-minute long
Intel.
landscape videos because it's vlogging. It's like a full, as they say, like it's like fashion. It goes in a full 360. It's the same with like TikTok. Like it's going TikTok and like YouTube. It's going in a full 360 of like people want to watch the vlogging style YouTubes. They want to see you propped up with your phone brushing your teeth of a morning.
Because I think I noticed that with YouTube. YouTube went a little bit more like the likes of Instagram
YouTube
and
Shorts,
TikTok. It
wasn't
started
it?
doing YouTube Shorts and
Yeah.
stuff. So it's mad how these like different platforms, different applications all do like similar things.
Yeah.
But it's TikTok's the hot one at the moment, isn't it?
Oh my god, the hot one.
The
Like
hottest.
1 billion users a day. Like
That's the hottest.
that
Yeah.
just says it all.
You know what I mean? That is
It's a
scary.
whole nother world.
A whole new... No, cut that bit.
It's question time.
Hey, got the jingle back. Massey's mastered the jingle. So as every week, we have questions sent in. Fire away, Beth.
Okay, so these are obviously all questions for you, Lucy. So the first question is, best concealer for under eye, light and hydrating.
From our good friend here by Beth and Steers.
Yes.
Love you, Bethan. So obviously you've got your high end and you've got your drugstore. I'm going to say Elf Cosmetics. It's about £6 or £8. High end one, the Hourglass concealer. They're both unbelievable, but yeah, they're amazing.
Oh my God, quick fire question. Love it.
Come on, keep going.
keep going. Best product to remove makeup.
Definitely not baby wipes. Please do not look at me if you are using baby wipes. That is not a good thing. Just basically make sure you're double cleansing. I love the Laneige. I'm using like a cleansing balm to take your makeup off. Maybe Elemis. Elemis is a really nice one. The rose one or the like blue one in the bottle. They're really, really nice. But yeah, just please don't be using baby wipes. Please don't be using micellar water. And make sure you're using retinol and SPF on your skin.
I use micellar water, so I am very guilty.
Let's
of
change
that.
Oh,
I do
discount
love
code
the
Alchat.
Elvis one, is the yellow
cleansing
one.
balm. Yeah,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Just,
If you let it sit on your face,
Yeah.
and it'll like melt before you like wash it all off.
There you go.
It's really
You can
good
buy
for
a little
you.
present for you to buy me.
I missed that.
While we're talking
Yeah,
about baby
on
wipes,
purpose.
though, while we're talking about baby wipes, obviously you were saying before, I'm just going back again, that obviously you done makeup when you was 14.
Yeah.
Was you ever in trouble in school? You know, when like girls, you have too much makeup on in school and the teacher would go around and be like, wipe that off your face.
Yeah, my school was actually really strict for that, but I think I got away with it because they were like, oh, she like doesn't
Making a living
work
off
on a
this.
weekend. Yeah, so then they were like, oh, okay, like it's fine. Do you know what I mean? I was really
She was
close
on more
with me.
dull than the teachers.
The teachers would get commission because she'd do everyone's
Yeah, yeah.
makeup.
Yeah.
They'd have to take the makeup off and then they'd come back for the second
Yeah,
round.
just entrepreneur skills. No, I was that close with my art teacher, so like I think that's why I was lucky to like get away with it.
That would be so sick though if you like
Yeah.
that's the teachers. Listen, I'll
I'll
give
give
you
you a cut.
20%.
Yeah. I know.
You make sure they take it all off and I'll do it at lunch again. I'll do it again. Quick fire question again. What is a makeup product you can't live without?
Ooh, brow gel.
Brow gel?
Yeah, if I got stuck on it,
Benefits?
no.
No?
Oh God, no.
Stop pretending like you know.
I
Come
know,
on, let's
just-
just leave it to it, eh?
Jesus God, no. You know what? Like in that sense, like I'm not a girl that like you don't have to spend
fortune.
loads of money on makeup. Like I love the Collection Clear Brow Gel. It's unbelievable. It's £3. Everyone needs it in their life, and you can use it on your eyelashes as well. So that.
Beautiful.
I'm literally, it's like the Bethan podcast. I got so many hair tips and
So
I'm
did
getting
I.
all these
Yeah.
I haven't got a clue about makeup, as you can tell, but like
I
I'm
think
like
I've actually
making
got
a
Clear
little-
Brow Gel in the car. I'll give you that. You can have it.
Gail?
She's getting handouts
You
here.
know, girl.
If you was to ever get married, would you do your own makeup or would you do it yourself?
No,
That's-
I'd want
that's
to
the
do
same
it.
question. Would you do your own makeup or would
I
you
would
Oh,
do
leave
it?
me alone. I can't read.
Is that
understood,
already coming back on her
I
shoulders after the podcast?
Would you do your own makeup basically or would you have
We've
someone else do it?
we've seen a lot of brides do their
Yeah.
own makeup, and then obviously we've seen
Yeah.
makeup artists get them done, but I think it must be hard trying to trust someone.
Yeah, I think I have like 2 makeup artists that I would literally trust to do. I always say like not to.
How'd
this
you pick
sounds
between
crazy,
two? You've got
right?
two, how'd you pick?
Because if one's free, I'll go to it because they're always fully booked.
Okay.
So I just beg for the appointment, just knock on the door and beg for the appointment.
Please.
Please let me in.
But for your wedding day, it's a big day.
You know what? I know this is going to sound absolutely psycho, but I always think about when I die.
Okay.
Sorry.
Curveball.
Sorry, I
see that one coming.
I think like
This is a clip.
I need to look
definitely a
good
clip.
for when I die. So who's gonna make me look snatched when I'm in that coffin?
I think
That could be another little
Not
avenue
me,
for
I'm
you.
already
'Cause
be dead.
Oh
sometimes
God, no!
the
I've already been asked. No.
Would
I've
you not
already
do it
yeah,
now?
no. Oh God, no. No, creeps me out, stuff like that. No, definitely not.
in a weird way, right? Because I'm curious now that you've said it. What makes you think I need my like eyebrows to be gel on when I'm dead?
Because I feel like, you know, when you obviously go to see people when they've passed away,
Yeah.
every time I see someone always says to me, like, I know this is really tapped, but like my mum even said to me, like, can you just not put some blusher on your nan? And I was like, I am not touching my nan's like morbid face. I was
Yeah.
like, in the nicest way possible.
Yeah.
So like respect the people that do that as a job, but I want to look good when I'm dead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gotta
Because
be
I don't
like-
want to be like, what's it called? Where I don't want to say get burnt, but what's it called?
Cremated.
So when you get cremated, I don't want to be cremated.
Do you know what's just coming to my head when you said burn? Usher's song burn. Gotta let it
Lads, we need
burn.
to cut it out, you know.
Sorry.
But I don't want to be cremated.
Okay.
So if I'm going to look good 6 foot and under, I want to look good with a good curly blow and a
So
full face
no
of makeup.
benefit brow gel.
Yeah, none of that
In
stuff.
case
Don't waste that on
happens.
me.
Yeah, don't. But yeah, for me Wednesday as well, I definitely will get it done off a makeup artist because I don't want the stress.
Anyone in
Plus,
mind?
it's, what we see, it looks like a very relaxing situation to get it done by somebody
It's
else.
the best
kind of like getting a
feeling ever.
massage, isn't it? Like when someone,
Yeah.
you know, obviously you're not going to
And you
massage
look good after it as well.
Yeah.
After massage, I'm almost like that. And come out of it.
But you look like that little close up on Josh there.
And you know what it is as well? It's, as being a makeup artist, it's nice to see how someone else does your makeup because makeup obviously does change how you look. So like,
Arty, isn't it, in a way?
yeah, like I didn't even realise, but like I have like an inner corner like cat eye, which naturally
Now
people
you've said
don't
it.
have.
Yes.
Like, you know just now. But like I didn't notice that until the makeup artist pulled me up on it, and she was like, "You do realise you've got a natural cat eye?" And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, like you've got like the Cleopatra." Like I was like, "That's so cool." But like just stuff like that, like yeah, I wouldn't notice that because I obviously look in the mirror every day. But like,
If you were doing, which you probably have done, like other makeup artists' makeup,
yeah,
like do you feel maybe not pressure more, but do you just like, what do you want me to do? Does it feel different?
It depends
you
because I
think
feel
they
like as a makeup artist, like people come to you if they are a makeup artist because they want to see how you can do makeup.
Yeah.
So anyone that I've done who is a makeup artist is that chilled. They're just like, oh my God, I love it. I'd never think to put that blusher on my face. I love it like that.
Yeah.
So that is the really good thing. And like I got my makeup done last Friday off Jazz. Like shout out to Jazz, she's unbelievable. And everyone was just saying to me like, you look like a different person, but like good. And that's like the type of makeup I like, where people double look at me like,
Yeah.
is that Lucy Conlan?
Is that Lucy there?
She's not looking like upside down today. Do you know what I mean? Like I love it. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of vibe, definitely.
Oh yeah, and last, lovely by the way you answered that question. And I feel like I've still got a million questions to ask about why you want to get makeup done when you're dead, but we'll leave that for another podcast. And it's the final question, and I think it's a very nice question. So what's next for Lucy Conlan?
What's next? Oh my God.
It's a bit of a deep question, isn't it?
It's a lot of topics to what's next, definitely. Probably for me, it's definitely just more like organisation with spending me free time wisely, because at the minute I'm just so obsessed with working, and yeah, it's so good because I love the graft, but just like the simple things in life, like especially I quit like a 9 to 5 last year and went back self-employed again, and I miss the simple stuff of like just going for a coffee and sitting in a coffee shop. I'm one of them, like I just want to sit on my own. I love having a good coffee and watching the world go by.
You don't like coffee, do you?
Really? But yeah,
Not
just
one.
the simple things. Like
Yeah.
I want to bring back the simple things again. So
Reading books and stuff?
yeah, just like
switching on.
Going
yeah,
for
like
walks.
I'm not one of them people that's going to sit here and be like, I want the purple Porsche next year. Like I'm not going to say that because life happens quick. Do you know what I mean? But I definitely want to say like just push more self-love on myself, because that obviously comes back around in a full 360 and you'll get it in another way. So definitely that's my
For a
next thing.
21-year-old to even be thinking that way, it's just
know.
mind-boggling. And I think a lot of people who are listening who might be younger or 21 or older, it's going to take so much from everything that you've just said. I
Hopefully.
think self-love
Yeah.
is like a massive thing. And I'm like 29 and I haven't like achieved that yet.
Yeah.
So for you to be
100%.
thinking that way is
because you
massive.
can't give 100% if you're not 100% within yourself.
Yeah.
And no one's asking you to be 100% all the time, but you've got to just give yourself that little bit of like percentage.
Another quote for
There's
the
another
wall,
quote for the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but before we let you go, thanks so much.
Thanks so much for having me on, guys. I
Just
absolutely
taking
loved
time
it.
out your busy day, because I imagine you're busy afterwards as well, to come and have a good gab with
I've had
us.
a really good time.
I can't wait to hear all the feedback we're going to get from this episode going out. I think everyone's going to love it. I've loved it. I've had a laugh.
Oh, wait, before she goes, we did this last week, so
Go on.
at this point, no one's actually seen
Beth
this situation in our world, like our
Present
current
day.
thing, because that episode is coming out today/tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
But by the time yours rolls around, they'll know what we're talking
Yeah.
about. So I introduced this thing last time, and it's something like a takeaway for everyone that we kind of get on this as well. So hold on.
Go on.
Oh. So this is Ryan's little thing that he just threw on us. My
This
camera's,
is good.
camera's like that wobbling. Yeah.
So
Just be wary right by your camera there.
Over a cardboard box.
So we are, as much as we're like obviously trying to push this podcast for numerous different reasons, one of the other reasons that we're trying to like grow reach and like brand awareness and stuff like that. And part of that brand awareness comes in the form of physical items. That's the other way to say it, really.
Giving physical things.
I like
gifts.
giving, I like bringing
you a
things to the
gift
table.
giver?
A little bit,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do like bringing things to the table.
Ryan's gift of the week.
And part of that was giving something back to the people who gave us their time. And this isn't like a big deal or anything like that, but
Can't wait to the disappointment on
I
her
know, yeah, I
face.
can't wait to just put myself of the box that I can't open, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Any minute now for the audio listeners.
you've got
Any
one of
minute now.
these. Like all our guests are going to get these from now
I
on.
love these. I'm excited.
Christmas
It's not a
morning.
big deal, by the way.
It's not makeup brushes.
But we had some.
Oh, no, I love
So-
it. I can drink me coffee in
Exactly.
it.
Yes.
So the reason why is because there's only a few of them, obviously. And, like,
Limited edition.
No, it's
They're
what I
on
mean.
eBay.
But like we want
Not
it to
many
be
people
like
have got
something.
them.
It's like something we've taken a lot from you in terms of what you've said to us, and we'll clearly like
So as a
talk
mug.
to you more and more as you like
100%.
bring us back into this like modern day and age.
Yeah.
But this is like our little thing to give to you to say
No, I
like
love this.
something for you to take away from us.
Thanks so
you.
much.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
just for your
guys.
time and for
I know, I've had an
everything.
amazing
Your
time.
A life
knowledge
lesson.
and everything. Honestly,
No, yeah.
been
We'll just all
amazing.
go to bed now, like
Brain frazzled.
frazzled
Yeah.
to bits.
Yeah.
But thanks very
No,
much,
love that.
honestly.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. Thanks.